Hi, I'm Janet Ralt. Our mission at the Coachella Valley Community Report is to bring you important local government issues from an inside perspective. We will explore stories and the faces that make up our diverse community. And we'll update you on stories and events that major news stations don't have time to report. We won't be reporting on train wrecks or drug busts, but we will be telling you how these events affect our community and what's being done by local governments to bring them under control. We'll be looking at upcoming events around the valley and reporting on their outcomes. And we'll be talking with the people who make things happen. So sit back and relax, and don't expect our first broadcast to look like world news tonight. Our promise to you is to make each broadcast better and more informative than the one before.
The state of California and Riverside County Emergency Medical Services set certain criteria that a hospital must meet and services that must be available in order to be designated for a trauma center. And we're privileged to have that designation here in the southeastern sector of Riverside County.
The downside on these would be that you don't have the long range that you're accustomed to with a gasoline car.
We're going to employ close to 800 people now. So that's new to the valley, and we're doing well with our recruiting.
We have zero tolerance for an impaired driver. DUIs, if you're DUI on the road, you're going to jail.
Now these are real commuting cars. They'll go 60 miles an hour, and they'll go between 40 and 60 miles in length. And it replaces all gas and all diesel, so it's zero emissions, and this is the wave of the future.
It was an exciting day for the kids at the Little Red Schoolhouse in Cathedral City. The Easter Bunny arrived with baskets filled with goodies donated by the Marriott Hotel Resort and Spa. With lots of singing and smiling going on, the children received their baskets from the members of the Cathedral City COPS program.
In reviewing these houses, we'll see that there are 6 defining characteristics that the Historic Site Preservation Board has identified.
Well, this is high-resolution 3D CT scanning of the entire body, which just became available about a year ago.
We're here today to celebrate and to recognize those people that give excellent customer service in the city of Palm Desert.
What a wonderful day. Hey, plenty of sunshine heading my way.
I highly recommend calling us here at Desert Regional and volunteering. It gets people out of themselves and into thinking about other people, and it is a great way to spend your day.
If we can get these kids the right entrepreneurial attitude towards education, that you're not studying this because you need it to get a grade. You're studying this because if you don't know this, they're going to kick your butt out there.
There are probably 2 or 3 generations now that don't know anything about her. You know, I have a 20-year-old son. And when I got this project, I said, "Do you know who Mary Pickford is?" He says, "No, I can't say as I do." Well, now you've got part of that's again part of my charge is to tell the story in such a way that people make the connection, understand that however big stars are today, nobody was as big as Mary Pickford.
We've done this for several years now, and it's wonderful. I mean, the fun is great. The people come, and they're on their own. It's a free thing, no admission charge, of course, and it's 4 hours. They can come at 12:30 or 12 o'clock, or it doesn't matter, just as long as they get a place to sit and put their blanket out and have fun. And we just have a great time.
To give you a perfect example, if you want to maybe make sure you've got enough power to run some lights, to maybe keep a refrigerator or a freezer going around your house, if you add up all of those items together, chances are you're probably looking at maybe a couple of thousand watts of power tops. And if that's the case, most generators are capable of handling that kind of power demand.
I've had incredible luck meeting these people that have achieved such perfection, you see.
Today, we're out here in the southeastern part of the valley, driving along in farm country, as you can see, and we're on our way to take a look at farm worker housing, which, as you know, has been a problem for years in the Coachella Valley, and finally, the county, under the auspices of the Economic Development Agency, is doing something about it.
You know, I have said all along that in the Coachella Valley, energy is just not about comfort, it is about necessity.
Whether or not this is an invasion of privacy really comes down to whether people feel as though having surveillance at our stadiums and our schools and our courthouses and our city halls are invasion of privacy. This is a public space just like those are. We need to be able to employ every possible tool we can to bring safety to our public. It's not because we have a problem downtown. It's because we don't want to have a problem downtown.
In the retail segment of that analysis, you've got to make sure you're not just addressing one segment of the economy. You need grocery stores, you need drugstores, you need gas stations, but it's important that you have a variety, a full spectrum of services that are available to all the people that live in your town.
We'd like to take a minute and thank all of you that have called to let us know you're watching. Keep it up. We appreciate it and love it. We also wanted to thank the people at Time Warner who have been very gracious with both their airtime and their advice.
Really, the goal is by having this ambulance up here is to decrease our response time, so we're getting to the patient side or to the emergency faster with advanced life support type service, to provide more resources for the citizens of all three communities.
We leave you this week in Palm Desert at the Civic Center Park, where a new sculpture named Mother and Child was dedicated. It's a dream come true for designer Bernice Gonzalez, envisioning the piece when she was an Abraham Lincoln second grader and wrote an essay that inspired the larger-than-life sculptures. Her hope is that it will inspire others to feel good and be close to their moms. And to the greatest mom in the world, my mom, happy Mother's Day. I'm Janet Ralt. See you next time.
I mean, we know when we're doing something wrong. You know when you're mistreating an employee. You know when you're not being honest with the customer. You know when you're not doing the right thing from the standpoint of environmental laws. I mean, all of our instincts are perfect. The most important thing is to get people to follow their instincts. There is no magic to this. You just do what's right.
The proceeding was brought to you as a community service by Time Warner Cable. This has been a Palm Springs Video Television production.
7 days a week on Time Warner. Beep, 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 boo. And also, Janet asked me, Gloria Greer didn't. Oh, did I say that?